I almost can't believe I'm making this video. We're back! None of this would have been possible without you guys going absolutely crazy with the love and support on the last video. MLB took notice. They do not want this series to end. MLB Recap is here to stay. So before we start the recap, I just want to say one more time, thank you, thank you, thank you. I saw some of the most kind-hearted and sweetest messages I've ever seen in my entire life, whether it was on YouTube or TikTok. Thank you so much for having my back. And again, we're back. I'm going to give a lot of shout outs at the end of today's recap, but I think the baseball gods felt bad and gave us a parting gift, an actual gift from the heavens. Angel Hernandez has retired from the game of baseball, so it took me sacrificing MLB Recap to get rid of Angel. Blake Snell's awful start to his San Francisco Giants career continued, and this time it was against the Phillies. Toronto, they're finally starting to click, but then again, maybe they're just playing the White Sox. And Craig Counsell, the former manager of the Brewers, he was back in Milwaukee for the first time, and he got booed. Like, not just booed, double booed. We're going to talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap. I'm so happy I get to say that intro one more time. We post these every single day, so stick around and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Let's start talking baseball. So obviously, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that after 30 years of being a big league umpire, I don't know how he made it 30 years, Angel Hernandez is stepping aside from the game of baseball. He put out a statement that it's official. He is wanting to have more time with his family, which I respect. A lot of people have a lot of good things to say about Angel off the field. Just on the field, one of the more prolifically infamous umpires, probably the most famous umpire of all time, not for the right reasons. He's retiring, and it really just felt like Christmas came early. Angel Hernandez is not a great home plate umpire. He's not a good umpire in general. Off the field, he might be cool, and okay, go do that. Go be cool elsewhere. One more update before we talk about the actual highlights. I was not able to recap this before when it actually happened. Ronald Acuna Jr., it's official. He tore his ACL in his left knee. Now, this is not the same knee that he tore a couple years ago. This is a different knee, which I am just praying with all of my might that Ronald pulls an Adrian Peterson in terms of recovery time, where Adrian, I think he was only out 7 to 8 months. I want Ronald to be back and better than ever. I do not want him to go down the Grady Sizemore route where his body just fights back against him despite all the talent, because Grady would have been a Hall of Famer as well. I'm hoping that Ronald's age is on his side and that the technology and medical advancements are going to get him back and better than ever. I'm praying for that. Now, usually when a team loses their biggest player, they usually step up and kind of rally the troops, and they have a great game, kind of a, hey, everything's going to be okay, go get healthy, we'll keep on rocking out. I mean, even Austin Riley is back on the squad. Unfortunately, though, Charlie Morton, aka Uncle Charlie, he kind of looked like someone's uncle. Eddie Rosario, he doubled right before Jesse Winker singled him home. I thought that this was funny. The broadcast called out Keibert Ruiz because Ruiz has only walked 4 times this entire year. 4 times by May 27th is insane. At least he doesn't strike out a bunch, but that walk turned Senzel's knock into a 2-run double, and Charlie, he kept the trend of getting way too much plate. CJ, he has a home run in back-to-back games. He has 9 home runs, 8 stolen bases. The Nationals, they ran it up to 8 on the day, and they win easily over the Braves. Adam Duvall did go yard in the Braves. They got a few runners on in the 9th inning, but Kyle Finnegan, he dialed it up in the 9th. 3 strikeouts. He has a 1.7 ERA. The Phillies can push their division lead to 7 full games if they can pull out a W against Blake Snell and the Giants. And this was one of the weirder games of the year. Let me explain. Mike Yastrzemski, he laces a 2-run double down the right field line, and Brett Wisely, I mean, this dude has been playing scorching hot. His RBI made it 3-0, only to have Kyle Schwarber and friends steal back all of those runs. Kyle, he pimped a 2-run home run, and I thought off the bat that was an easy splash hit, but it stays in the ballpark. Snell kept on falling apart after he allowed a triple to Edmundo Sosa. He spiked a curveball, and Sosa, he scores all by himself to tie it at 3 runs apiece. Make it 4-3 Phillies. Snell's day is over after that strikeout of Romuto, so he strikes out 7, but his ERA is now sitting at 10.4. Now, thankfully for Blake, his team answered right back, and a lot of that had to do with Alec Boehm's no good, awful, terrible day over at the hot corner. I think that was his first of 3 errors. Matosi scores the tie, and Patrick Bailey's sac fly steals the lead back for good. Brett Wisely, his 4th consecutive multi-hit game and 4th straight game with an RBI, make it 6-4. Scratch that. It's 8-4 now. Elliot Ramos, this This dude has been playing like a full-blown man. He's hitting 290 with 12 RBIs, a 133 OPS plus. The exit velocities and bat speed are off the charts. The Giants, they overcome an awful Snell day, but they're back to being over 500. They're 28-27. By the way, a really random tangent. Can I just say the decision to take Turnbull out of the rotation for Taijuan Walker has been a stupid decision. Walker has a 5.5 ERA, and Turnbull, he's been a lot worse out the pen. That is professional sports in a nutshell. Whoever a team has the most amount of money invested in or draft capital invested, they're going to give those guys the chances no matter what. Even if it cost a guy like Spencer Turnbull his all-star first half. He was probably going to be an all-star, and they just robbed him of it. The Red Sox pitching staff has been taking a lot of punches to that league-leading team ERA. Jordan Westberg, his breakout season continued. He doubled for the game's first run. Adley, he lifted one to shallow center. I didn't think that Mateo was going to try it, but he's one of 4 guys that would even attempt scoring. He's in there. Kyle Stowers, he hit one just past Jaron Duran because they were playing way in. They thought no chance Stowers could hit it that far the other way with the way that we're pitching against them. He gets 2 RBIs. So does Cedric. He hit the turbos with a few runners on. He has a 2 RBI triple right there. Starting pitcher Cole Irvin, he's been really sharp this year. He went 5 shutout with half a dozen strikeouts. He has a 2.8 ERA on the season. Adley's 2-bagger drove in Gunnar Henderson, and Mountcastle's 3rd base hit of the afternoon got it within 1 run of 10. Make it 11. Stowers' big 4 RBI night proves that Baltimore, they're absolutely loaded. The future is not dependent on Jackson Holiday. They have prospects for days. Coming up, we have a couple 5-1 ball games. Toronto, they stormed out to an early 2-0 lead, so you already know who's going to win. But Springer, he found a barrel, and barrels have been avoiding him all year long, so it's nice to see him really tattoo one. Bo, same thing. He's got 4 home runs now. He's hitting .340 with 10 RBIs over the last 2 weeks. Chris Bassett, he did his thing. He went 5 shutout with 7 strikeouts. It hasn't really been a fun year for a lot of star Jays players like Bassett, Springer. So again, seeing Springer and Bassett have big days, that's huge for the confidence of their fan base. I mean, even after Gavin Sheets stole a little bit of momentum back for the White Sox, Davis Schneider, he snatched the momentum right back with a 2-run wall scraper. Over his first 250 big league at-bats, Davis Schneider has 23 doubles, 14 home runs, and a 151 OPS plus. That is legendary stuff. So like I mentioned in the intro, Craig Counsell, he was back in Milwaukee for the first time since leaving for the division rival Cubs. No love lost for Brewers fans. They were booing him like crazy. It's kind of like when Josh Hamilton went to the Angels or Bryce Harper went to the Phillies. Your former fan base is not going to have any respect, I put that in air quotes, if you go to a division rival. Because I will say, it kind of hurts. It's too close to home. I'd probably be pissed as well. Now, I want to give some huge props to starters Robert Gasser and Justin Steele. The lefties both went 6 shutout with a bunch of strikeouts. The rookie Gasser had 7 strikeouts over 6. He only allowed 3 base hits. Justin Steele, he carved up the Brewers for 7 shutty and 8 strikeouts, so he was a little bit better than Gasser. Hopefully Javier Assad can bounce back because Imanaga, Steele, and Assad, that could set itself up to be a really good top 3 trio in all of baseball. So they both held each other's team scoreless through 7, but that's not Steele right there. Mark Leiter Jr., he got his double play ball, but Nick Madrigal, he booted it at third base. Frelick, he scores, and on a 3-0 count, this is what we call a free Willie. Willie Adames got the green light. He goes 430 feet for a 3-run moonshot. He puts this game way out of reach along with Jackson Chorio. He adds to it. Jackson's been in a huge slump, but he now has a double in back-to-back games. The Brewers, they're nearly 10 games over 500, and the Cubs, they've lost 5 in a row. What happened while I was gone? Cleveland is riding a 9-game win streak coming into this game, and they're ahead 4-1 in the 4th inning. That's when Sam Bouchard scored on a ball to second base. The Platinum Glover Andres Jimenez, you know a ball is scorched if he can't field it cleanly. Everyone's safe. Alauris, I think that's how you say his first name, Alauris Montero, he did not miss a hanger. He scorches one up the middle for 2 more RBIs. In steps Chuck Nasty. Did this ball just leave? That is a laser beam. It does leave. Charlie Blackmon, he must have found the fountain of youth and chugged some of its water pre-game because he adds a web gem to his day. He robs Kyle Manzardo. Then he swats an RBI double in the 6th to make it a 4-run lead. He had 2 doubles and a home run in this game alone. He's inching closer and closer to 2,000 career base hits. Here comes the Guardians though. J-Ram, he cut it to an 8-5 game. Andres, he makes it an 8-6 game, but Jalen Beeks, he also clutched up as well. He got J-Ram to chase and Josh Naylor. He's kind of broken right now. He's 4 for his last 42. That is a .095 batting average. Colorado stops Cleveland dead in their tracks. That's a fun win in front of 35,000 plus fans. By the way, I've been to Coors Field. It's awesome. It's so beautiful. Wait until you guys see the 9th inning of this next game. Jose Miranda and the Twins came out hacking versus Kansas City. Miranda Miranda connected for a 2-run 436-foot moonshot, only to be outdone on both of those metrics. Trevor Larnach went 441 feet for a 3-run blast. That would have been a home run in every single ballpark in Major League Baseball. Joe Ryan, he was pumping mid-90s all game long. And fun fact, I think he's second in Major League Baseball in counts where he's ahead. Like, he has the second most pitches being ahead in the count, only behind Chris Sale. So Joe, he's been nasty. He strikes out 9 over 7. His ERA is back under 3. It's at 2.94. Kansas City gifted the Twins another run in the 8th. Bobby, he dropped a ball. That's a rare mistake. And then so did MJ Melendez. I thought he caught it, but he could not hold on. And check out how important this 6th run was. Renfroe, he doubled in Salvi right before, I can only refer to these next few sequences as MLB The Show gameplay. 2 straight base hits from the depths of rage-inducing gameplay. Both Blanco and Garcia dribble in RBIs, and on the second one, Willie Castro just yeeted it. He threw it past everyone, so 2 score on that play. That's why the 6th run for the Twins was so important. Bobby Witt Jr., he's up now. He wanted to make it a full-blown Shadow Realm game. Another dribbler, but it was hit way too hard. Duran, he has 7 saves, and the Royals, they've lost 2 in a row, which is crazy because they've been winning games like crazy. So this next game was kind of fun because both teams basically played the exact same way. And also, by the way, Luis Arraez, he's facing his former team for the first time since being traded. That's got to be a bittersweet feeling to face all of his buddies, and also his family is still back in Miami. He probably misses them. San Diego scored their first run on a home run, and same for the Marlins. Donovan Solano, we call him Donnie Barrels. He goes yard for San Diego, and Jazz, he cracked his 8th home run. Well, not before Jake Cronenworth made a sick web gem. Good thing he did that because it would have been a 2-run home run for Jazz Chisholm. Michael King, by the way, has allowed 13 home runs, and he's dead last in home runs allowed and walks, which is like the worst combination possible for a pitcher. Now, with all of that being said, he did lock in after that. He only allows 1 run over 5, and Miami starter Trevor Rogers, he was pretty good as well. It's 1-1 going into the 7th inning. Tatis, he scorched a ball, and that could have been a huge double play, but TA7, Tim Anderson, he booted not just 1, but 2 ground balls. Tim is hitting 203 with 0 home runs. He's literally in danger of being done in baseball, let alone Miami. That walk seals the game. Jake's bases loaded walk hands the lead to Robert Suarez. He's as automatic as it gets. He has 16 saves, and just like the Giants, San Diego, they're 1 game back over 500. We're going to kickstart this Houston and Seattle game with an incredible web gem out in center field. Cal Raleigh, he put a charge into that one, but what a play from Jake Myers, who can go get it with the best of them. The bases were loaded, so a run scores anyways, but Jake easily saved 3 from scoring. That's until Ty France got the 2nd run home, and Mitch Haniger basically made the web gem meaningless, like it never happened. The Mariners go up 3-0 regardless off of Framber Valdez. Well, look who it is. Jose Abreu, he's back from his AAA assignment, and he smokes an RBI single to center field. I'm hoping that he breaks out over the next few months. Houston, they cut it to a 1-run deficit on a Victor Caratini sac fly, and then they got blessed by a rookie mistake from the second baseman of Ryan Bliss. He didn't really charge it, and maybe he just doesn't know that Jake Myers can fly. It just can't happen. Did Singleton go yard? That ball died at the track. Miller, he goes 6 with 6 strikeouts. I really like Bryce Miller, Brian Wu. That entire Mariners staff is disgusting. The bullpen is disgusting as well. They completely took over. They went the final 3 innings, only allowing 1 base hit. Munoz, he struck out 2. He's got 11 saves. That's a big win for the Mariners over the Astros, who have been surging lately. Seattle has won 2 in a row, and I think Cincy is going for, 4 in a row? Nick Lodolo, he's back and making his first start in 2 weeks. He missed some time with a groin injury. Goldie said, "Welcome back, kid. I'm going to hit my 3rd home run in 24 hours. Goldie had 2 the day prior, which I wouldn't know that because without MLB Recap, I'm really out of the loop when it comes to Major League Baseball. It's tough to keep up, so I'm glad that these are back. Lance Lynn grooved a fastball to Jamir Candelario, who tied it in the bottom of the 1st. So again, it's 1-1. When the Reds, they were blessed by a few errors from the Redbirds. Arenado, his rare error, makes it 12 consecutive games in a row that the Cardinals have committed an error. Will Benson, he took advantage and drove one the other way for an RBI and the lead. Then Goldie just whiffed on a Jonathan India chopper. Nick Lodolo, by the way, he was fantastic after allowing that home run to Goldie. He's out the game after 5 1/3, just 1 run allowed, but he allowed a base runner in the 6th, and Fernando Cruz said, "Nah, kid, I got your back." Look at the splitter. He gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the 6th inning, and there's no way. He struck out the side in the 7th. All 7 strikeouts were on splitters. He has 48 strikeouts this year. 42 of them have been on the splitter. He has the most unhittable pitch in baseball. He has a .056 batting average against his splitter. The Reds do win their 4th game in a row as their bullpen retired the final 12 hitters that they faced. So that does it for today's MLB recap. And before we show the web gems, I'm just going to show a bunch of comments over the next few moments as I'm just ranting about how much I appreciate you guys, whether it was on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. You guys were making some of the sweetest videos I've ever seen. You guys came to my defense, and MLB, they noticed, they said to themselves, like, this recap series does a lot for the game of baseball. We don't want it to go away. So thank you to the people at Major League Baseball who have had my back as well. And just to anyone in the comments who left me something encouraging, it really meant a lot to me. It was a weird last 2 days. I was really down on myself. So the fact that this series is back in business, I can get back to what I'm the best at, and that is giving you guys recaps and trying to grow the game of baseball. But it also sparked something in me. I don't want to just be a recap guy. I saw so many people saying, you know, Fuzzy has been one of my favorite creators for as long as I can remember, even since I was in middle school. Now I'm in high school, I'm graduating, but I miss his skits, I miss his other things. So it motivated me that I want to keep making these recaps. I want to play MLB The Show, but I want to bring back some skits. I want to bring back stereotypes and challenges and giveaways. So thank you so much. You really lit a fire underneath me. I appreciate all that you do. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. Thank you for everything, and enjoy some sick web gems.
Ezekiel Arrow, what a beautiful play. What a play. Strand 4 from St. Louis. Gasser delivers this one lined and caught. Someone's ripped to center field deep. Rafaela racing back, and lunges to
sharply, and Berger picks it off the dirt. What a play by
Byron Buxton hits it back to the middle. Frazier gets to his feet and throws.
A little extra carry to it. Now that's going to fall. Flowers Montero bloops one to center. And a sliding